I think when we hear John 10:10 and it says, the thief comes only to steal, kill, and destroy, we think it's stuff like addiction, adultery, murder, and so on. And yes, that's absolutely true. But did you know that passage is about the voice we're listening to? In other words, it's about our thoughts. Yes, the enemy is absolutely out to destroy your life with those things, but all of those things start with a single thought. So here's what that looks like. When you have an anxious thought that will not leave your mind and you end up thinking about it all day long, that's the enemy stealing your peace. The devil doesn't need to destroy your life overnight to steal from you. He just needs to get you to agree with a lie. So when a random memory pops in your head and it's something hurtful that someone said 10 years ago, that is him killing your confidence and self-worth. This one is crazy. When you have any thought that makes you feel hopeless about life, whether it's, I'll never get better, what's the point, I've done too much for God to forgive me, that is the enemy trying to destroy your purpose by convincing you to give up. But the rest of that verse says Jesus came that they may have life and have it to the full. So while the enemy is trying to wreck your identity and your peace, in the same breath, Jesus is offering you abundant life, life that is fully satisfying. I've talked about how Satan makes these thoughts sound like our own. And the reason it works is because we've believed lie after lie for so long, we don't even recognize them as lies anymore because they feel like truth. But thanks be to God, this world and our feelings are not the final reality. Yes, we're here for a little while, but the pressures the world puts on us, culture, society, to hustle, to earn worth, the shame of not being enough, the fear that God is not near to us, that is not your reality. That's why Romans 12:2 is so important. It reminds us not to conform, not just absorb whatever culture is throwing at us, but to be transformed. How? By the renewing of our minds. And that is why scripture says to take every thought captive, because not every thought is your thought. You can always remember, if it tears you down, shames you, or fills you with fear, that is not from Jesus, because Jesus speaks life, he speaks peace, and he speaks purpose over you.